بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اسمحوا لي في البداية أن أتقدم بخالص الشكر إلى المنظمة العربية لحقوق الإنسان في بريطانيا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اسمحوا لي في البداية أن أتقدم بخالص الشكر إلى المنظمة العربية لحقوق الإنسان في بريطانيا لتنظيم هذا النشاط، كما أشكرهم على دعوتهم الكريمة للمشاركة. محدثكم محمد العرادي، ليبي الجنسية. قطعت كل هذه المسافات لأشارككم المحنة الإنسانية التي عاش صعوبتها العديد من العائلات الليبية بما فيها عائلتي، وذلك طيلة 12 شهرا الماضية. لابد لي في البداية من الإقرار إن الفترة التي عشتها ما يزيد عن 23 عاما في دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة كانت من أفضل سنوات حياتي، باستثناء 120 يوم الأخيرة، حيث مررت خلالها بتجربة مريرة التي سأشارككم بعضها اليوم. بالرغم ما سأذكره لكم من تعذيب وضرب وحرمان من النوم وعزل وعدم الاتصال بعائلتي أو أي محامي، كل هذا لم يؤثر فيا، ولكن الأمر الصعب الذي لم أنساه وأتذكره كل يوم وليلة والبكاء ليلا ونهارا، وهو سماع صوت تعذيب أخي وهو يعذب. اسمحوا لي أن أقدم لكم شقيقي عبد الرزاق الذي سيقوم بإلقاء قصتي باللغة الإنجليزية. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, President Mohammed Jamil, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Abdelrazak Al-Aradi. I'm a brother of Mohammed. I will just say his speech in English. I would like to thank the Arab Organization for Human Rights in the UK for organizing this event and inviting me. My name is Mohammed Al-Aradi. I had a long journey to be here with you to share a humanitarian ordeal many Libyan families, including mine, had to go through for the last 9 months, for the last year. I'm not just a family of a victim, but I was one of the victims. I will forever be grateful to God that I was released, but I will continue to suffer because I know firsthand of what's happening to those still unjustly detained in the UAE, including my brother Salim Al-Aradi. I must admit that the 20 years I lived in the United Arab Emirates have been the best years of my life, had it not been for the last 120 days where I went through a bitter experience. Salim and I are both entrepreneurs with a bachelor degree in civil engineering. Salim holds a master's degree in business administration. We are parents, we are partners in an international appliance company that we built from scratch and established in the UAE. The United Arab Emirates have been a country that both Salim and I valued, and we worked very hard to contribute to its growth. The experience I am going to share with you today may be shocking for those who lived in or visited the United Arab Emirates. No disrespect is meant. Rather than, I hope to draw attention to the United Arab Emirates wise people and bring to light the tragedy, horror, and bitter experience that so many people, including myself, have went through, and what my brother Salim, as well as the other Libyan businessmen, Isa, Kamal, and his son Mohammed, Muad, Adil, and others of various nationalities continues to go through. I do not believe that many good people of the United Arab Emirates are aware of this, and I don't believe they would accept it. I was kidnapped in August 28, 2014, by a number of Emiratis nationals dressed in civilian clothing, who claimed to be officials of the United Arab Emirates State Security. At first, they searched my home and then my office in Dubai and confiscated many items without a warrant, including phones, computers, and various electronic and documents. They never explained to me the purpose of the search, nor the reason for the detainment. As a matter of fact, to date, I do not know why I was forcibly kidnapped and detained. After the search, I was handcuffed and blindfolded and placed in a highly secure black car and transferred to a secret prison after a long drive from Dubai. This is the start of a very scary experience that has changed my life forever. This was the start of 4 months of enforced kidnapping, interrogation, continuous torture, sleep deprivation, denied the rights of an animal, let alone a human being. I was interrogated, threatened, and tortured by the UAE state security agents in ways that I would never have imagined possible, especially for a country like the United Arab Emirates that seek to always present itself in the best of light. When I asked for my rights, I was told that I was in a place where no rights do exist. I have no rights here. No one can help me. And that I wish death upon myself. They were truly honest in their threat, as there were times that I wished to die from extreme, cruel, and despicable methods of torture that the United Arab Emirates state security agents enjoyed subjecting me to. Unfortunately, I do not know the reason to date for my enforced kidnapping and detainment by the United Arab Emirates State Security from August 28 to the date I was deported, and until today, I have never been offered the reasons for any of these decisions. What I do know is that a great injustice was done to me. The clearest evidence of my innocence is that I was never charged and I was never brought in front of court or prosecution or prosecutors. The United Arab Emirates secret prisons are filled with innocent people, including my brother Salim. I was interrogated for 9 days straight. While standing, without sleeping, with an exception of small breaks to eat. 9 days and nights standing, handcuffed, with his eyes folded, and continue interrogation. I was blindfolded and handcuffed. I was forced to carry weights while being beaten. The hours and days of interrogation were extremely long and harsh. Please do not ask me how I tolerated it. They left me for 21 nights, sleeping on a concrete floor without a mattress, blanket or pillow. They would use waterboarding techniques by drenching me with water and placing me under a cold air condition while sitting in an electrical chair until I would shake in from extreme cold temperature and the fear of electrocution. My brother Salim and the other Libyan businessmen, those released and those still detained, have never broken any laws in the United Arab Emirates. We take pride that our businesses, till today, still operating in the United Arab Emirates, legitimately and within the law. We are both, Salim and Mohammed, have not directly or indirectly been involved in any politics in the United Arab Emirates or in Libya. Our cases are far from being isolated. This information collecting practice is very characteristic of the United Arab Emirates state security. There are many documented and undocumented cases of foreigners and Emiratis who have been subjected to such tactics and violations. The United Arab Emirates state security operates outside of the jurisdiction or legal oversight, allowing them to conduct such practice without accountability. Most, if not all, people who have went through this experience in the United Arab Emirates remain silent once they are released and live their lives trying to cope with the impacts and the shock of the experience. I am no different, but I have chosen to take this risk of testifying and speaking out about these secret prisons functioning outside of the United Arab Emirates law in order to win the release of the other Libyan businessmen detained, including my brother Salim. I have shared with you my accounts of physical torture, sleep deprivation, enforced kidnapping, and lack of access to my family and lawyers. However, none of this impacts me any more near that certain memory that I cannot forget. I think of it and cry each day and night. This is the memory of my brother Salim screaming while he was tortured. While most of what I will share with you is focused on my brother Salim, everything equally applies to all other Libyan businessmen who have been illegally detained. I appeal to all of those who are committed to human rights to work towards freeing all those who have been unjustly detained. Salim is a Libyan-born Canadian citizen. He has a beautiful family, 4 daughters and 1 son, Mohammed. He is with us today. Stand, Mohammed. His children have not seen him for nearly 350 days. During this initial period, Mohammed and Salim were both held in an undisclosed location. In January 2015, Salim was relocated to Al-Watwa prison in Abu Dhabi. Since then, his wife Alia was allowed to visit him once and has received only 2 phone calls. During the visit, an officer stood near them within earshot and was listening to their conversation. It is also very clear that the 2 phone calls were monitored. I must mention that his wife noticed burns on his hand. When she visited him, I'm very concerned about my brother Salim's health. Salim suffers from serious health conditions, some pre-existing and others due to prison conditions. I must say that before we came in, we have received a call that also Kamal, who's an older, he's the oldest, I think, among the other detainees. He suffers from, his health is deteriorating. He has high blood pressure, Salima, asthma, high cholesterol, and vulnerability due to an open heart surgery. Salim has had major weight loss. This has been confirmed by the Canadian counselor. Eye infection and bronchitis. Our most serious concern is that he has developed worse conditions in his back related to a disc in his spine from sleeping on a concrete floor. Salim's most basic rights have been violated. He was held in a communicative detention for 4 months. He has not been provided with legal representation, let alone a representation of his own choice. He has not been provided adequate access to his family, and he has been denied adequate medical care. Salim's detainment is renewed every 30 days without due process. At no time during those renewals has any evidence been presented, nor any allegation been formally made. We are talking about 1 year now. Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch quickly investigated and issued reports confirming that the detainment is enforced disappearance. and arbitrary under international law. Human rights organizations and media have reported that their arrests are politically motivated to increase pressure on Libyan government bodies not supported by the United Arab Emirates. The case of Salim and the others is unfortunately a reflection of the political conflict in Libya, where the United Arab Emirates supports one side of the conflict over the other. Bashir al-Shabbah, one of those released in December, described the Libyan businessmen detained simply as prisoners of war. Every nation has an obligation to encourage other nations to respect international laws and norms. The United Kingdom is a country whose profound commitment to human rights has always been recognized by the international community. It is with the knowledge of this commitment that today I raise with you Salim's case and that of the other Libyan detained. The international community must stand up against the situation. I hope the United Arab Emirates rulers will put an end to these secret prisons and give justice to those whose rights have been violated. I thank you for your attention and for the opportunity to share with you the bitter experience that I went through and many other human beings still suffering today in the United Arab Emirates, including my brother Salim Al-Aradi. Thank you very much. At the same time, I would like to take this opportunity to announce the establishment of a new organization called Libyan Association for Victims of Torture and Enforced Disappearance in the UAE, which is established in Libya. Also, there is a
There.
video.
The one that's been playing?
Just alt tab.
The first one.